Okay, I'm gonna have like a little honest moment here. I've never really been a fan of, or not maybe a fan, but sort of never really noticed the Mitsubishi Triton. It's never sort of been on my radar. And I know what it is. Okay, I know many reasons, but one is, I mean, you've got a lot of things up ahead of it, you know, things like our little three musketeers, like Ranger, Hilux, Amarok, that sort of, it can get lost a little bit in the crowd. But now, I think, it stood out for me for the first time. Not I think, I know. Honestly, I think it is good looking AF. Actually, I don't think I used that right there. I really shouldn't try millennial stuff, hey? But anyway, so now some of you don't think it's that good looking on my Twitter sphere. I got like, no, it's not that good looking. Okay, whatever. I think it is beautiful, beauty in the eye of the beholder and all that jazz. Look, I think clearly there is quite a bit of divided attention. No, divided feelings. I don't know why I got attention there, but anyway, about the Triton, because it's just never been a bestseller. Like I say, I think it's gotten sort of lost amongst the crowd. But Mitsubishi has spent 80,000 hours developing this new facelifted model. So they're really going to try hard now to steal some of those customers from, you know, the general popular guys, buckies. One thing that they have nailed is the spec level, which is very generous. I'm not going to list it all. You can just go so much to the website, hey? www.mitsubishi.co.za, I imagine. Just Google it. But you'll see the spec list. It's a hell of a long, and I don't feel like going through it. Because, well, also because it will be here for ages, and you know all the kind of things. Maybe the only sort of, not the only, okay, there are a few. There's a letdown for me in terms of the cabin. It's maybe not as refined as some of its rivals. And there's one thing that really grates my... The infotainment touchscreen, which has sort of elevated it a little bit, is just not intuitive enough. It's driving me bat crazy. And I just think, I know that one would get used to it and eventually you'd find your way around it and all of that. But I don't think you should have to. I've had this car for a week and I'm still struggling with it. Just like in terms of the radio, because I like to change from AM to FM quite a bit, okay? And it can be a little bit, well, actually not a little bit, it's flippin' frustrating. I don't know what the hell, I can't get half the stuff that I want. I can't get the list that I want. I don't know. When you get into something like an Amarok and you've got VW's sort of infotainment system, whatever, and it's super intuitive. If you've never ever used it before, you'll use it within a few seconds and you'll know what's happening. This needs that. That needs to be upgraded. Keeping it all country, because, you know, maybe in a bucky you should be in the country. Let's see what's happening. Let's see if I can play this. What's happening?
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse
Till the old town road, I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I got horses in the back. Horse stock is attached. So the engine has been carried over from the previous model, but you no longer have a 5-speed automatic transmission. You now have a 6-speed auto transmission, which is great. It's the familiar 2.4 litre turbo diesel engine. It's got a large amount of torque in it, so that's great. It's got 430 Newton meters, in fact, which is great for sort of overtaking and, you know, off-roading and all that jazz. Speaking of which, it is hella capable off-road in a Maserati sports car. The only real letdown for this car, and I hate to say it, but is on the open road, because, well, the ride is not particularly smooth, so it's quite a bumpy journey that you're going to be on. I mean, take it for a ride, maybe you won't even notice, but I've noticed, and I am the professional. Sure. However, and something I never ever say about buckies, I find this really easy for city driving. One, the ride then isn't as sort of important for me. Because I'm starting, bumping everywhere and whatever, doing my thing. So that doesn't bother me. And also the steering is very easy. It's got sort of like a cool, like, turning circle, so you kind of can fit into certain things easily. I've moved half my house so far in this car by myself. Yeah, I'm strong. I didn't realize how strong I was. And it's been fantastic. I've ramped pavements, I've gone up hills, I've parked somewhere, anywhere. Here comes your free advice, people. Okay, driving in the rain, Cape Town. What is up? Okay, everyone just goes rain. Brain, fart, spaz. Here are like 3 things, maybe, that could help you. 1, slow the down, okay? Don't drive the same on dry roads and dry weather as you do in the rain. Second of all, keep a further following distance from the car in front of you because you are going to skid. You are going to skid. And third, put your lights on, okay, so that we can see ya. Those are like 3 tiny, simple, obvious things to do. I mean, yeah, but yet, I don't know. Seems to be a problem here in Cape Town. And I think maybe Joburg too. You guys can let me know about that. Maybe Durbs, I don't know. Maybe you guys are more used to it. But we really enjoy a bit of traffic in the rain, hey? Space in the back for passengers is pretty cool, and that bench isn't so like upright, so you sit like somewhere like this in most buckies. You can actually get quite comfortable back there, so I was like, yay for Triton. Look, the pricing starts at just under 510,000 Rand and goes up to just under 590,000 Rand. It means that the Triton is about 25,000 Rand cheaper than its direct competitors, plus you're probably getting quite a bit more spec. So it's certainly something to consider. Like, your Hilux Ranger, Amarok, Navara, even Isuzu D-Max. I think take it for a drive. If you love the look of it, take it for a drive. Drive the others obviously as well, and you'll find whichever you're more comfortable with. But I do think that this is worth considering. It is something that I've thoroughly enjoyed having for the week, and I don't often say that about buckies because I often find them not to be a great city car. Ha! Go Triton!